what I have created! I have made fire!
Welcome everyone to the main broadcast. I am your host Alex Rogers, and I am with my co-hosts Adam, Peter, and Dan. We do need to number them. This is episode 13.
But I'm saying, I'm looking at the channel now. You don't even number them.
No, I don't number them. That's because they're already in order in the playlists and on the channel and stuff, so it should be fine. But I number them in the episode as well because, I don't know, it just makes it easier for me, and I feel like if we lose track of our numbers, then we'll lose episodes.
What? Okay.
Am I going to have to listen back to this and be like, oh, what the fuck was I talking about?
Maybe a little bit.
Oh,
Maybe just a little bit.
They could also be tired.
Okay, I have a topic we can talk about straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. For the first time ever, this podcast had cursed me this week.
Oh.
Cursed
What does that
you?
mean?
Properly cursed. So this week we were talking about genetics and how I have very good genetics.
Did you lose hair?
No, I did not lose hair.
Oh. I want to be the one in the family with the best hair. There's only one person in front of me.
What about Mum? What are you saying about Mum? That's just mean.
The dude with the best hair.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Anyway, no. We were talking about genetics and how I have decent ones. This week was the first ever week that I had an allergic reaction to something I never knew I was allergic to. So I don't know how, I still don't know to this day what I'm allergic to now, but I got home and I was like, man, my skin's like really itchy all of a sudden. I'm like wearing t-shirts. I think it was like, I thought it was what I was wearing. I thought I washed it weirdly, but it turns out I bought something from 7-Eleven, ate it, and I think it had a chemical on it that just made me break out in hives. And I'm talking, these were so bad. These were, I can send a picture through the Discord. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to keep doing this.
Ooh.
But I just want to say, I've never had an allergic reaction to something until last week when we talked about how my genetics are so good. So this podcast had literally jinxed me into getting that reaction. After that, I was talking to our parents, Adam, and I was just like, I was explaining to them what I had. I was like, went to 7-Eleven, grabbed some chocolate, ate that. It had nuts in it, and they're like, maybe it's the nuts. And I was like, no, there's no way it's that because I've eaten them before and I've never had a reaction. And then I had to explain to my dad for maybe the 5th time since I've been in Japan that 7-Eleven isn't open from 7 until 11, and that it's a 24-hour shop. And he just couldn't get it. He was just like, then why is it called 7-Eleven? I don't understand. Why is it called 7-Eleven?
It's open 7 days a week, 11 hours a day.
But it's not though. It's open 24 hours. And then he was confused. And then he asked my mum if 7-Eleven open from 7 days a week, 11 hours. And she's like, is that not the point of 7-Eleven? It's like, the name's reason. And so they were both just confused on the phone while I'm having this allergic reaction. And I'm just like, guys, it doesn't matter.
I also like how you've just been there like 20 minutes before, and you're telling them no, 24 hours, and he's asking someone else who also doesn't know and has never been if you're wrong.
I know.
It used to be 7 days a week, 11 hours a day.
Is that what you just looked up?
Yeah, that's what I googled. Back in the 1940s or something.
Okay, so it's not even like it was 20 years ago, and they've just remembered. It was
no knowledge. It was called something else,
ago.
and then they changed their name to 7-Eleven to promote their new opening hours.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Alex, you know Dad is a wealth of incorrect knowledge that he loves to spread, so this shouldn't surprise you.
He's so good at it. He does it in a way, and it's even worse because he's our parent, and for some reason we just don't want to dispute it because he tells us. He's just like,
but he believes it.
I know.
He believes what he's saying, so it's so convincing.
Yeah, he's so confident with what he says.
It's the Peters of the world, man. They make the world turn.
I have so many examples of it. Like the classic go-to is he told us and was convinced for years that if a dog ate any cat food, like any at all, one biscuit, that dog would immediately go blind. Just lose all of his eyesight. If we were moving the cat food from the kitchen to where she ate, and a little bit fell off the side, it was just all hands on deck, state of emergency, quick, grab the dog. Someone dive on the food like grenade, protect him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we went to puppy school, and the vet trainer person was explaining, like, now if your dog's very good, one thing you can reward it with is a cat biscuit, because they're richer than dog biscuits, so it's like a treat. And Dad, like a school child, put his hand up and was like, what about them going blind? Like, isn't that a risk? And the vet just looked at him with the most confusion I've ever seen a person have. And was like, no.
No, that's not how things work.
That's not how it works at all. Because most cat food is just like chicken or beef. So why can't a dog have it?
Where did he get it from? From his dad?
We're guessing it comes from when his mum took his dog to the vet when he was a kid. Maybe the vet said something like, now you've got to make sure that you feed it like a proper dog diet, because if you give it other animal food like cat food all the time, it doesn't have the correct nutrients in it, so it can maybe affect their coat or their eyes. And she just went, so if they eat the cat food, they'll go blind. And then when she got home that afternoon, she went, Peter, come here. Do not give him cat food. He'll lose his eyes.
That's great.
He also told me that the man who discovered the potato was nearly executed by the Queen of England.
What?
He said...
The man who discovered the potato.
Yeah, because he said he went and he found the potato and he brought it back to the Queen and he showed off, ooh, look, I have a new vegetable for you. And she tried to eat it like an apple and it was disgusting. And before he could say anything, for her not to, she'd already bitten into it. And she hated it, so she threatened to cut his head off. And then he had to show her how to bake them and roast them. And then she loved him after that. This was just a story that he told me like 20 years ago, and I believed it. And then when I found out it wasn't true, I told him, hey, you told me this. And he said, oh, did I? I don't know. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about like getting information from parents that is wrong. You try and like, hey, remember when you said this thing about this, and you bring it up, and then like, I never remember that.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Or it was just a long con from him just to fuck you guys up.
The tooth fairy was over, Santa was over, so let's go with the potato story instead. Let's have something we can make fun of him for. He told me if something was ironic, but then you pointed out that it was ironic, it stopped being irony. Like, irony runs away when you point it out like it's a riddle. like what gets wetter as it dries. Something like that. It's just like, if you point out irony, it stops existing.
I think my grandma told me, and I believe this for years, sharks don't come into shore. So as long as you don't go, kilometers out, you're safe from sharks.
That's just dangerous.
Yeah, which is very much not the case.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, the irony thing, that's embarrassing in like a first year uni debate. But the shark thing is going to get you killed.
Yeah. I remember not wanting to go in because I was scared of sharks. Because I don't know, Shark Week was on one week. And my grandma just went, no, it's fine. They don't come in that close. I went, oh, okay.
Thanks, Grandma. And then you
Well,
go
look,
in.
it's a small little lie to get you into the water. So, shark attacks in the shallows are pretty rare.
I guess...
It would have been amazing if I died that day after my grandma said, no, sharks don't come into shore.
Yeah, but
and then I go in and just get eaten and die.
But nobody would have known.
Yeah.
She would have got away with it.
She would have.
Yeah.
The only person who found that funny is your grandma. She you're getting bit by a shark and you turn around.
I don't know if she would have found it funny.
Yeah, I don't know about the funny, but I would have found it funny. I could see. So if I called that ironic, would that not be ironic anymore? If that
That
happened?
depends. Are you asking me or are you asking my dad?
I love your dad.
I have so many of these stories. I have to try and think of them.
I was gonna say, I still don't know if this is a true story or not, Adam.
Yeah.
But our dad told us the reason he went bald on the back of his head is because our sister shaved the back of his, kept shaving
that's a
just
lie.
one point.
That's a lie. It never happened.
I know.
Ever.
That is an obvious lie.
Not true.
That is an obvious lie.
I was there. It didn't happen.
He's so good at it because I believe that till right now.
Because the best part is you it's in your back of your mind and you just believe it, and it's not until you say it out loud that you stop and go, wait a second. I heard this from my dad.
I also want to say that he doesn't lie on purpose.
The potato one he did. The potato one was.
The potato one was. Maybe the one about his hair was. I have reason to believe that he actually thought he went bald by accident.
But she never shaved his head ever. No, it's not that. It's not that. That's not the reason he went bald. That's not happened before.
He's just.
When would he have...
He's just an innocent man making his way in the world.
Yeah.
When would he have
picking on
trusted
him.
a child with a razor blade?
Our dad was maybe one of the smartest people on the planet until the internet existed.
And you could prove him wrong.
and you could no one wanted to go to a library and research it. You just had to do one quick search on the internet and you could dispute it. However, since he's my father, I refuse to search it up on the internet because I'm too stubborn, and I go, I'm going to follow that until I die. You're a genius.
Do you think it's a rite of passage?
Yeah, man.
Do you think it's a rite of passage that once you become a dad, it's just your job to lie to the child as much as you can get away with? And not hurtful ones.
You got to get through the day somehow.
Not ones that will damage the child, but just ones that will ever so slightly mentally scar them.
Yeah.
Just
say sharks don't come into shore.
See, that one's too far. See, that's a grandma lie. Grandma lies are on a different level.
I've already had 6 kids. Yeah. I don't need to take care of this one as well.
Well, how many grandkids has she got? She's she can go with losing a couple.
Exactly.
That's why the lies can be riskier.
Close.
That's why dad lies are just fun. Yeah. Grandma lies can be riskier because there's so many.
I was gonna say there's 3 types of liars in the world, and you can sum it up by the 3 types, which is mothers will lie because they're worried about the safety of their children. Dads will lie for the fun of it and just for fun facts. Grandmas will do it to kill you.
Allegedly.
Sorry, yeah.
We don't want to besmirch.
It might just be an afterthought. I think my grandma just wanted me to get in the water, and then the shark attack might just happen.
She couldn't stop it. It's fine. Yeah. You were too deep in the water.
Too deep to pull out. Wait, what? You know when you say something and you go, "Oh fuck." I'm too tired, man.
I didn't hear what he said, so I'm looking forward to
Don't take advantage of my vulnerability.
I will.
I'm too tired. I'm not fully here now.
I can give you an example of something Peter said last podcast, which I took advantage of.
Okay.
So, last week, we were talking about my eyebrows, and Peter said, I wish I could grab a marker and draw a line in between his eyebrows and make one big one.
Yeah.
So, I took that upon myself. I sent a picture through the Discord. I'm going to keep sending pictures throughout this podcast.
Is that filled in on your face, or did you draw it in on the picture?
No. So what I did was I grabbed a permanent marker. I actually went out, bought a permanent marker.
You actually coloured in your face?
Yeah. And drew it on my face, but I was sweaty at the time, so it looked more natural. And then I took a picture of it, and I had to go in the shower and just scrub my face.
Have you ever thought of doing makeup or anything like that? Because you did really well with that.
All he did was draw on his face.
That looks real.
Yeah, but that's not his makeup skills. That's just because his hair is pitch black.
No, but he makes it look real. That's a part of his eyebrow.
Yeah. And then I did the opposite. I did the opposite.
Imagine what he could do with some actual eyebrow filler or whatever the fuck.
I just sent in me with no hair, Like Adam
What's
requested.
wrong with your
week.
head shave? Don't shave your hair.
I don't know.
Don't shave your.
Is that the filter? I think that's the filter.
that'd be
isn't
more
it?
the filter, not his.
That's definitely the filter.
It's just so weird. It's like Dan Aykroyd's cone heads. It's.
No.
There's the thumbnail for this week's picture. I'm just gonna Photoshop my head on the cone heads.
I think that I no longer. How do I word this? I think I've evolved so much that I have looped back around to being a caveman because I don't believe fire. I don't believe fire is real anymore.
Not real in what sense?
I'll tell you why. Because have you ever tried to start a fire?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not easy.
No.
It's really, really hard to start a fire. So when you see like a spark lighting up a whole house, I just don't believe that it's real. Like maybe it's different species of fire. I don't know what it is, but, what we know of fire, I don't think it's true.
Yo, I just found a new species of fire.
Dude, I wanted to put my my fireplace on, so I went and I got the newspaper and I got some little bits of wood because we didn't have any fire lighters. But I'm like, that's okay. We got plenty of little bits here. So I set the paper on fire and I got the little scraps of wood and I put them on, and the paper burnt and the wood didn't light at all. So then I went, all right, well, this is annoying. So I got more paper and I got some wood and I sprayed it with WD-40, which is very flammable, and I put that in the fire, and that lit up and then immediately went out. So then I went, okay. So then I went and got a bigger bit of wood. I poured petrol all over the wood, like soaked the wood in petrol. Put that in the fireplace. Set that on fire.
Burn and dissolve.
Set that on fire. The outside of the wood burnt, and then it stopped, and the inside was completely untouched.
Was the wood damp?
Okay.
No, it was not.
I'm not.
It'd been inside for weeks.
You know, it's a process. So you start off with kindling.
Yeah.
Like you do a bunch of newspaper, and then you have like lots of little sticks and twigs and shavings
The little
of
sticks
wood,
were the bits I
and then
coated
that
in
goes
petrol.
into the.
I coated the little sticks in petrol, and they wouldn't set on fire.
Yeah, so the issue is... So there's three things you need for a fire. You need oxygen, fuel,
where you're blowing on it.
and
Well,
heat.
I don't need to blow on it. Oxygen's around.
So you gave it way too much fuel, so it burnt up too quickly.
But
I didn't need oxygen because I didn't need to blow on it because oxygen's all around.
I'm
You know what Rogers is? Rogers is that guy who's stranded on the island, and he goes, "I have fire!" and he does a full 360, and he turns around and is like, "Where'd it go?"
I'm exaggerating my.
I had it.
I'm exaggerating my point a little bit, but we have a wooden, like a wooden TV display thing where the TV sits on, and I often go, "Oh, I've got to be careful because I don't want a spark to get on that because that could start a fire." I don't think there's any way in hell I could set that thing on fire if I wanted to. So I don't know how these things burn in house fires. Like, I can't set fire to wood. How does brick set on fire? I don't understand.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to come over and show you how to start a fire?
No, but my point is, it's so much effort to start a fire. Like, it's not easy.
It's going to be so embarrassing if I can't then start a fire.
It's not as easy
That's
as
so
you
much
think
funnier.
it is. Wood doesn't want to burn.
I've done it before.
Yeah, but it's not easy. You have to.
We used to do fire pits when we'd go over to my uncle's farm.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, but it's not that easy.
At least from memory, it's not that hard.
You've got to like bit by bit. How do houses? I don't understand how houses set on fire because I could not set this house on fire if I wanted to. I guess that's my point.
Oh, Adam, you'd be the worst supervillain. You'd be...
Not even that. He'd just be the worst educator. I don't know.
I just
No, but
He'd be like,
It's so funny.
if he lived in the caveman times, he'd be like, this is too hard, fuck it. And we would never have fire.
No, because I would believe that it's hard to do. It's when I'm told, things just burn. You got to be really careful. That's just not. No, that's not true. That's not real. They don't just burn because I've tried and they won't. I could hold a lighter. To a piece of wood for an hour, and nothing would happen.
No, that would catch it. It wouldn't take long.
I don't think it would.
It wouldn't take as long as you think.
The desk I'm sitting at right now is made of wood.
All right.
If I sat with a cigarette lighter and I just went and held that under it the entire podcast, I don't think anything would happen.
Put your money where your mouth is. Get a stick and hold a fire over it, and you have to hold on to it for the entire time.
I would.
Don't let go.
I would do that. I would if you gave me a big log to hold that I could fit in my arms, and then you said I'm going to hold the cigarette lighter under it, and you have to hold it for an hour. I would do that, no problem. I don't think there'd be any issues there at all. I think the bottom part where the flame's touching it would go a bit black. I think that's the most that would happen to this piece of wood.
I love that you're just like arguing with history now. Like you're arguing.
I'm so confident in this.
Well, I think a cigarette lighter. Yeah, I don't think that would do anything to like a massive log.
So how does a spark start a house fire?
Usually it'll land in like some like lint, or something like that. Or like something,
or like
really
a
flammable.
Rag, and then it'll go to a carpet, and then the carpet gets bigger. Like it's a process.
I don't think
it's
a
not
carpet would set
a
on
spark
fire.
drops on the floor and then boom.
But also there's wallpaper and stuff, and the wallpaper can.
Yeah, but then it would just. But then,
it's also not one spark. It'd be multiple sparks.
No, you always see like movies, one spark go and spit off of the fire.
Oh,
and,
fuck off! You're not comparing movies to real life, you dickhead.
Like if you see on the news like a house up in flames, that took effort. That didn't happen by accident. Someone had to spend a while doing that.
Well, no, because even like electrical outlets and like wires and stuff can also cause a fire.
Yeah.
If they're like,
and I get that like
dodgy.
I get
or like
that some things will burn. I understand that like your curtains might burn, but to me that's like the paper in the fireplace. That will burn, but nothing. It won't set anything else on fire. That will just burn by itself. I don't know how the curtains go up and then the wall is on fire. I don't get that part of it.
So once it because all the heat builds at the top, like towards the ceiling, right? So that heat slowly works its way through like basically the corner of the roof, and because like the roofs are you can get some steel homes, or you can get mostly homes are built out of timber. Like you got the timber internal framing, and that's what catches fire.
Nah, that wouldn't. There's no way the wood wouldn't burn because wood doesn't burn. It's hard to get wood to burn. Wood burns about as easy as a person does, and like you can't just like throw fire on a person and they burn.
I'm gonna ask you this now, Adam. Do you want me to cut this out?
Why?
Because you sound really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
No,
Like this sound like
this is one of those. He's so smart. He's one of the smartest, dumbest person.
because they wouldn't. A wall wouldn't set on fire. Like unless you're making the wall. Like maybe old asbestos homes.
No, asbestos is actually fireproof.
Jesus Christ, Adam.
Or fire resistant. I don't think you can say fireproof anymore.
Oh Jesus. That's so funny. Adam, you're just like, you're digging yourself into a hole and you're putting twigs over you and you're drowning yourself in petrol and you're burning.
No, because like, I think...
I'm watching you create a fire.
No, I just don't
know
how.
Why is that your only response?
I just don't know how. I just don't know. Sorry, I'm laughing at the asbestos thing. I just don't know. I don't know how houses set on fire. I just don't understand it because I can't start a fire if I want to, and I understand how fires work. A house doesn't understand how fires work. How can it set one better than I can?
I want Rogers to go to be like a firefighter, and a house has just been burnt down, just blacked out. It's like, and his chief goes, "Oh yeah, this is a house fire." Rogers goes, "Nah, fire doesn't work that way."
A house is designed to not burn. A petrol-covered piece of wood is designed to burn, and it wouldn't. And so it has thrown my trust in the universe completely out the window.
I've just got one better. What if like Adam becomes a firefighter and he goes up to the people whose house is just burnt down? He shakes them. He's just like, "How did you do it?"
Yeah,
How?
I
Tell
think.
me. What did you do?
Yeah, if I see a house that's been burnt down, something fishy's gone on here because it's not easy to do. It's made of brick. How did it get set on fire? What did you do? Because like, if a piece of wood is wet, it won't burn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why?
More or less, yeah.
So if your house was on fire, can't you just run in the bathroom, jump in the shower, and turn it on and be okay?
No.
What?
No.
What? Wait,
Just
what?
during a house fire, you do not
What
want
the
to. You do not
fuck?
want to be in a bath full of water.
What are
'cause
you
that
talking
bath
about?
would have eventually get so hot you'll boil.
No,
to
it would
death.
put the fire out. Like if you jump in your bathroom and like turn all the taps on, wouldn't that make the
Yeah, you
parts
don't wanna do that.
burn? Wouldn't they get wet
No.
and then not burn?
You just want to get out of your house.
Holy shit.
What if you can't?
This is
No, because the heat from the fire is so much hotter than you think it is.
Then why won't wet wood burn if fire is hot?
Because the heat,
Because
if-
it's
if already-
evaporating the water
Yeah,
first.
it evaporates too fast.
Adam in Pompeii times. It would just be like, "Oh my god, there's lava coming down. Let me turn on my sink."
Get in it.
get
Get
in
in it.
No, not even that. It's like, oh, let me spit at it.
Everyone run into the river.
Wait, I can pee.
Would a
I got
sauna
this,
work?
guys.
If you had a sauna in your house, could you get in that to avoid the fire?
No.
No, because
No.
it would just keep getting hotter, and then you'd be like sizzled alive.
Only if the fire can
I
get
don't.
to it.
I think
though.
you underestimate how hot fire can get.
Oh my god.
Saunas are like 60 degrees or something. maybe
Imagine,
less.
imagine just being in an oven.
I'm not saying you'd be your first choice to get in the shower. I'm just saying if there were no other options, it seems like not a bad one.
What you're better off doing is jumping in the shower, getting your clothes and yourself soaked, and then trying to, like, if you have to run through the fire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then doing it that way.
But tiles won't burn. So if they get really wet,
They'll get hot and crack and shit though.
But what's behind the tiles? You have the wall, which has internal timber framing, which is flammable.
but we've already,
The tiles will crack
but we've
and
been
shatter.
through this already. I don't know that timber does burn.
Fire will get it. Fire will get everywhere.
Wait. What kind of wood were you trying to use in the fire?
I don't know.
Roger doesn't think fire works. I don't think he knows what wood he fucking uses.
I'm convinced he wasn't using wood. I'm convinced he was using like.
You know what I think it was? Rogers, you're using the wrong fire. I think your fire is
Well,
broken.
look, I'm not.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
go
I'm
out-
not
go
out and buy new
I'm not
fire.
confident in the shower theory. That was more just a question. That wasn't one I'm confident in. What I am confident in is sparks not starting house fires. That's
No, because you need.
If our audience
fuel.
could send Rogers some working fire,
yeah,
Yeah.
that would
be
be
great.
that'd be
If
terrific.
you could mail me some fire for the winter, I would love it because
Yeah.
it's getting pretty cold.
Roger's current fire is broken.
I think I need the new patch for
Yeah.
fire because it's not currently setting wood on fire. I think it's a bug.
It's moments like these that make me feel a little bit better about my intelligence.
I tried for like 2 hours to set wood on fire and it wouldn't work. So
You were starting for 2 hours. Adam, just give up.
that's what I did in the
Die.
end. I
Like,
did
if you
in the
can't
end.
start a fire.
I did stop in the end because it wouldn't work, and that's why now I'm questioning everything.
You got beaten by fire.
Well, a lot of people did, Alex. That's not very nice to say. People get beaten by fire all the time.
You're doing it in an environment where you have the upper hand.
That's my point, and I know how fire works. Like, I know that it needs
Clearly not.
it needs wood, and it needs paper, and then it needs air.
Maybe it wasn't the fire. Maybe you didn't have the problem with the fire. The fire just had a problem with you
But we're ignoring
and just gave up on
we're
you.
ignoring what I said. I think there might be different species of fire. So maybe I just had like a bad, like a dud species.
Adam, is the fire in the
There's,
room with us?
there's different types. Like you have your electrical fires, you have your like wood fires, gas
So
fires.
maybe I just
I think you have species.
yeah, different species of fire, and I had
I
had the one that
this
that wouldn't
this
set
species
wood.
have got 3 arms.
Well, there's some species of fire that can set fire to wood with a spark, and then there's other species of fire that won't set wood on won't burn wood at all.
Stop calling them species. Stop calling them species. Because you just sound stupider every time you say it.
You're the one who said
species of fire. That doesn't exist.
You're the one who said stupider. That's not the right word.
You should put that on a jacket. Species of fire.
Yeah, I had the
name
wrong.
all the
I
species
had the
of
wrong
fire.
species of fire. I needed the wood-burning species of fire.
Stop. This is hurting.
What species is your favorite fire?
I had the species of fire that exists on like a desert island where it won't light. I had that one, but I needed the wood-burning species of fire.
So, by the first hour, were you just like...
No, the first hour the first hour was pre-gasoline. The second hour was gasoline focused.
You spent a whole hour with gasoline on wood and you couldn't get a fire to go.
Yeah. This is my point. This is why it broke my brain so much, and why now I'm arguing that there may be different species of fire, because this goes against all logic that I know.
Was there water in the gasoline? Like, was there any way to get the water in there? Because that's the only excuse you can use.
There wasn't, because the gasoline burnt like crazy. But then it went out.
Yeah, but it goes quickly.
Yeah, but shouldn't
it's
that
gone.
light the wood on fire?
No.
Why? The wood had been in the fireplace for the full hour.
Because it's evaporated. The wood doesn't catch fire just cause there's fire
That's
around.
not what
It's a
house
process.
fires
The wood's
have
then
taught
gotta-
me. That's not what they've taught me.
It's everything is. It's like when you cook a steak. Oh, you wouldn't know because you're vegan. But when you cook a steak, it's the process. You don't suddenly just put it on a pan and it's done. You've got to cook it. It's the same sort of process with the log. You've got to heat it up, and then it catches fire, and then it starts to burn.
I agree. So then how does fire start with a spark?
It doesn't. It's usually like a bunch of sparks and a bunch of heat.
Yeah,
like a single spark doesn't necessarily catch fire. It's constant sparks falling into an area, which then heats up that area to the point where it does catch on fire.
Like, house fires aren't common because they need a lot of requirements to actually go. Like, it's not like it's a common thing.
I stand by my previous statements, Your Honor.
We give you facts. You can't just hit us with a no. Like, that's not.
I object.
I object.
Objection.
Yeah.
Objection? On what grounds? Nuh-uh.
What do you mean, nuh-uh?
No.
Take backsies.
I call oopsie daisy. All right, can we end this thing?
Yeah.
Because we've gone for
Wait, hang on. Do we still have Moody's
Yeah,
run?
go.
Yeah, quick, Moody, go. Runt it up.
It'll be quick. So, I have found the most annoying. Like, if I ever get tortured, or not tortured, but if I get captured by enemy forces, I now know what hell is like.
Yeah.
I know how they can torture me to the point where I will snap and give up all the secrets.
Yeah.
I think I realized it for the last 20 minutes. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, we all know they won't burn you because it's just not going to happen. So we know that that's out the window.
Well, I had to call up the registration place because
For your car?
the Easy Reg, for my car, and the Easy Reg website was down, and so it said, "Hey, call this number to make sure your payment went through." So I called them up, and I was on hold for about half an hour, which isn't too bad considering. But that wasn't the annoying part. The annoying part was that there's this automated voice every 20 seconds that will give you some dumb little tidbit fact every 20 seconds.
What's the fact? Like, what?
It would just be
like random facts.
Yeah, it would just be like, did you know you can renew your boat on the SA service website on www.
Okay.
And things like that. And then the next one will be, did you know 1 + 1 = 2? If you like to know more information, go to the government website on www. And it'd just be dumb shit like that. So after 15 minutes of this, every 20 seconds, I have listened to them all. I have listened to every automated voice message they had. And it got to the point where I would try to predict what automated voice message it was. And then after about 25 minutes, I started going, "Shut up!" every time the voice came up.
Did you keep thinking it was a real person starting to talk to you every time? Because that's normally what gets me.
Yeah.
Normally I'll just be sitting there, and you'll just hear like, did you know?
Yeah.
God damn it! I thought it's like, hello.
Yes. Because I had to sit there actively listening to this thing for half an hour because it'd play about 20 seconds of music and then a voice will start. So at no point can you like tune yourself, you know, like you can sort of tune yourself to music and then go off and do another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then if the music stops, you go, "Oh," you know?
Yeah.
But because it was changing so frequently, you couldn't
You could
like
zone out.
gauge. Yeah.
Well, it's also
so I had
not.
to fucking pay attention.
It's also not music. It's Muzak. Is what they give you to listen to.
Well, I'd rather listen to that than the fucking voice that was on. And it wasn't even interesting. Like, just say a joke every now and then. I don't fucking know.
Would you rather it be what you got, or would you rather it be Adam talking about how to start a fire?
Explaining my conspiracy theories behind fire every 20 seconds. No, but seriously though.
I think it would just been every 5 minutes there should have just been a yeah, like throw out a little nugget of wisdom or something, or just say, because the other one was, "Oh, our people are busy at the moment. Please stay on hold." It's like, clearly.
What they could do is what other places have done for 20 years now, which is, "Hey, we're not available. We'll call you back."
The problem with them though, they don't actually call you back.
Yeah,
I'm still
like,
waiting
there's
for
no
a call
way.
from Suncorp, and that was about 7 months now. I'm still waiting.
Maybe call him back.
Yeah, we'll call you back when the queue's done.
It was a thing. I can't remember why, but it can't have been that important.
If you know how people in podcasts kind of have like a gimmick where it's like one's the funny one. What do you think our gimmicks are as co-hosts?
Dan's the straight. Dan's the straight man. Dan's the very much needed straight man in this group.
True. He's the one that helps me end it.
Yeah.
To rein you
Yeah.
guys back in.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Dan is our supreme leader.
Peter's the angry one.
Alex is I'd say the youngin.
He's the naive one.
No, you're naive, dude. You don't think fireworks.
I think Adam's the wild card. Adam's definitely a wild card.
I'm like,
No, he's not.
You never know what you're
I'm
gonna
like
get.
Charlie Day
Yeah.
from Always Sunny. I'm just Walker. It's just like, I don't think we don't need a wild card, but it's my job. I'm the wild card.
Rogers is a roller coaster. You don't know where the turns are coming from.
I would say, out of all of us, I think Adam would drink paint and then try to defend it. So that does make sense.
It depends. Why do they make paint smell so good? Because if you weren't meant to drink it. Because you don't lick walls, so why do we have bubblegum paint?
To be fair, Rogers and I have both tasted chocolate soap.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? If they put that effort into making it smell good, why not also make it taste good?
Yeah.
Because the things they're making it smell
No,
like...
I agree with him in that.
The things they're making it smell like taste good too. So why not just do both?
Why not go that extra step?
Because then you would get children eating soap.
And if it's edible, so
better than eating Tide Pods.
yeah. Kid soap is already edible.
Well, they make it like so you don't get as sick, but it's definitely not edible.
I still remember who was it, like Casey, I think it was. I think Casey fucking walking over to us with us pulling like a weird face going, "Did you just eat that soap?" And us just going, "Yes."
It smells so good though.
I stand by my wild card.
How are these things like made out of avocado oil and stuff, and yet they taste so bad? Doesn't make sense. Avocados are yummy.
No, I'm with him on that one. I'm with him on that
Made
one.
with real fruit.
But if you're gonna make it smell like the thing, why not just make it taste more like the thing?
Surely if you're using the...
Because they're not making food, they're making something
But
to
these
clean
things
yourself
are like
with.
they're made from real parts of the food. So if they taste bad, they've done that on purpose. Because it didn't taste bad at first. It tasted good.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that they want it to taste good or bad. It's they want you to smell like the thing you're washing yourself with. So that's why, you want to smell like chocolate? Here's some chocolate body butter.
All I'm saying is if I'm lathering myself up with chocolate scented shampoo or body wash or something, I should be able to like rub it in my hands, give my hand a quick lick, and then go to town.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If anything says like made with real strawberries, I'm gonna hold you to that, and I'm gonna prove it. And if it doesn't taste like real strawberries, you're lying to me. My tongue will determine the truth.
Like when you're pouring out the bottle and you're squeezing a bit on your hand, it's like a bit for my hand and then a bit for me. Yeah. You know, in the shower, like for mid shower snack.
Yeah, that would make a fortune, right? You clean yourself, you have a snack.
Yeah, there we go, Rogers. That's our business.
You sell it for the same price, and everyone just uses double.
Oh, man. People would need to buy 2 bottles, like one to eat and one to wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people who buy second deodorant sticks for their butts.
Yes. Wait, what?
What?
What? You don't know about this?
I didn't need this information.
People buy 2 deodorant sticks, one for their bodies and then one specifically for their butts.
As in they're sticking it up their ass?
I think so.
I didn't know they did that.
I guess that.
I've never heard that before. Yeah. Do people just not wash?
Well, no, but it's like it's extra clean.
Wash your ass, people.
But I guess they wash it.
Message from the main cast: please wash your ass.
I also like how Peter went, yeah.
Oh, man.
To that, Peter went, yeah. Wait, what? Like, it took him a second.
It took a little bit to register about what you said.
You just got on a roll and agreed with me.
Because you went, oh yeah, it's like when people buy 2 deodorant sticks. I went, yeah. And then you went, yeah, for your butt. Wait, what?
I'm telling you, man. Peter, he's the wild card. You got to be scared of him. He could say anything.
Yeah, you agree with me, and then suddenly you don't. It's my charm.
Dude, I'm crying.
Alrighty, let's end this thing because we've been running for quite a bit of time.
I have 2 quotes we can end it with.
That's
if you want.
Perfect
Alex.
because
I have a choice.
I have a quote from Peter from last episode
to
end this thing off.
Go.
I'll say it now. Thank you everyone for listening to the main broadcast, episode 13. I have been your host, Alex Rogers, and I have been with my co-hosts, Adam, Peter, and Dan. Peter said at the end of the episode, Adam, make a quote. Wait, hold on. What did he say? Fuck. He said make it t-shirt wiggly instead of t-shirt worthy.
Yeah, t-shirt wiggly quote.
Yeah, he said say a quote and make it t-shirt wiggly, and then I was confused listening back to it.
It's not a good idea to make fun of people with a disability, Alex.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Dyslexia is a real problem and it affects millions of people a year.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say this. Now that I know that, I'm not sorry.
Make it wiggly.
And I will be doing it again.
Put it on a t-shirt and make it wiggly.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty good. I'd wear that t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a pretty good t-shirt.
I wear the hell out of that t-shirt.
You're welcome. If anything, you're welcome.
All right, Adam, hit us with your 2 other quotes. I was gonna
Look
say
at
2
me
other
making
facts.
a t-shirt.
Oh Jesus, fuck!
Did the guy
Put on a t-shirt and make it wiggly. I'd wear the shit out of that. I'd wear the shit out of that t-shirt.
Oh my god!
Did the guy who came up with the phrase "between a rock and a hard place" just run out of ideas for things that were hard after saying rock? Because I don't. What's a hard place? That's not a thing.
Building a
between a rock and a hard place.
It's like the opposite of purple is green.
Yeah.
No, because the opposite of green is orange. No, hold on.
And my other is, some people say that the greatest game you'll ever play is life. But that quote came out before the Xbox 360 era of Halo games, and the Betrayal game on Halo Reach is the greatest time of my life.
Yeah. Betrayal.
Oh, yeah.
Betrayal is the best game.
That's like the most nerdiest t-shirt ever.
Yeah.
Because, like, it just goes beyond, like, the ones of just, like, the Halo Reach logo on the shirt.
Betrayal game was so good, though.
So good. People would get so angry.
Betrayal in Zombies was amazing.
And then you'd win. because when you got killed, it timed you out, but the whole point was to survive as long as you could.
It was amazing. Do you remember the time where we went we had that team game and we got -67 or something along the lines of that?
Yeah. It was so
Damn.
so good.
It was so much fun.
How are we still going? I ended this.
Put it on a t-shirt and make it wiggly.
You could just end it there, because that was better than my two. That was way better than my two. Just stick it on a t-shirt and make it wiggly.
I love that so much.
I can picture it too.
We can call it the wiggly line.